Good Sunday morning, everyone. I'm meteorologist Jacob Dickey. It is 8:20. We wanted to join you for a special update on our wintry weather and snow and cold for this Sunday morning. Before we get too further along, I do want to do a little housekeeping. First off, if you have questions, we will answer those at the end. And as people are coming in and out, we'll be sure and answer those questions at the end. But still, this video will be active if you're not watching right now at about 8:20 Sunday morning. Still active through the afternoon hours. We'll have another update coming up tonight. Before we get too far along, let's talk a little bit about what we've seen last night. Anyone looked outside and see these light pillars? Have you looked out and it looked like a beam of light shooting up? We got lots of photos from them in central Illinois here. Here's another photo that came in from Merritt. She sent that to us. These came in, and all they are is we had ice crystals suspended aloft. And what that does is they act as little mirrors. They're shaped like hexagons, very small, but that allows the light to be reflected straight upwards. So you almost see these columns of lights out there. You can kind of see the same with the sunset last night. That's called a sun pillar because the source is the sun, but it's the same atmospheric phenomena that was out there. A lot of great photos. You can learn more about that on our website, WCIA.com, as well as on social media. We posted about that on our WCIA3 news page. Let's talk more about the weather today, tonight, tomorrow, into Tuesday morning as the cold sticks around, but we now accompany it with some snow here. Currently, right now, it is below zero in many spots. -1 in Champaign, -4 in Bloomington, -2 in Taylorville and in Springfield. Those north winds today, 10 to 20 miles an hour, some gusts a little higher. Right now, the current wind chill in Bloomington is -28. It is -21 in -21 in Decatur, Springfield at -22. Cold air is winning out. This is the coldest morning we'll have. We'll still be, though, seeing below zero wind chill values all the way through Wednesday morning before it goes. The forecast planner does show that through today we'll get into the single digits out there. Clouds will increase. By the afternoon, we'll have some clouds, maybe some snow flurries out there. The impacts, though, hold off until tonight as far as what we expect. The wind chill advisories, though, for the cold air last through Monday afternoon. Those are going to be extended, I think, through Tuesday and Wednesday even. We've upgraded to a wind chill warning along the Interstate 55 corridor. That's where we think we'll see wind chill values at times -25 to -35, 35 below zero, that is. The other areas, though, the wind chill values are down to 30 below. Really, it's just a technicality. All of us seeing the dangerous cold in central Illinois. That's why we want you to remember the plants, pipes, pets, and people. Obviously, plants, not all that relevant, but if you've got young trees that you planted in the spring or fall, those need a little extra protection outdoors. You also should, if you have pipes that are exposed, drip them, let them drip, and that way they don't freeze. Pets need to be brought indoors. I actually got a tweet this morning where someone told me their dog, their paws froze to the ground because of how cold it was while they were using the bathroom this morning. And then, of course, people. If you know anyone susceptible to the cold, check on them and check on them regularly. Let's focus on the snow now. This is probably the flashier look here as we move forth. Winter weather advisory for essentially all of central Illinois. Livingston County not included. We'll include Livingston County with our general impacts, though. Crawford County, the only county that got upgraded to a winter storm warning as far as things go. This will be from tonight all the way into late Monday night, early Tuesday morning. So we've got a 24 to 36-hour window for some light snow showers to continue in the area. It's not a surprise. Arctic air has infiltrated the United States, settled in, and as we get these systems that pass to the south, we get a couple of bursts of snow from Monday into Tuesday morning. We may get another one Thursday. We'll talk about that in a bit, but that sets the stage for some snow showers here. Here's 4 o'clock. We're looking at that snow out there. And seeing at 4 o'clock, we expect that there will be at least some light flurries, maybe a few snow showers in the I-55 corridor. That's not the main event, though. The main event really starts after sunset tonight. Here's 11 p.m., starting to see this light snow shower coming on in, and will stay that way on and off. We're calling this bursts of light powdery snow in nature. All night tonight into Monday morning, area-wide, seeing the snow there. Areas down by Interstate 70. Effingham, maybe Mattoon and Paris have the best chance to see the snow continue into Monday afternoon. There will probably be a lull Monday late morning into the afternoon for many of us. Not all of us. It may just be some fine flurries, but we think it may ramp up again into Monday night and Tuesday morning, particularly in the southeastern portion of our area before things exit early Tuesday morning. That is important to know here with the timing of the snow because it's a longer duration event. Travel impacts will be something we have to watch. We're also concerned because of how cold it is at the surface. It doesn't matter if you put salt down or use road chemicals to try and unfreeze things. We're going to deal with slick spots regardless. That's going to be an issue for those roadways. I think that today into early tonight, we're looking okay. There will be some slick spots, but then it really starts to ramp up tonight. Tomorrow, I'm more interested in those slick spots as well as some drifting on east-west roadways. What this means is today, folks, if you've taken your sweetheart out to dinner, you have plans, you should be fine. Can't get an excuse note from me for that. But tomorrow, then, those roads will be slick with the snow coming down. It's powdery and fine. The roads are cold. They're seeing single-digit temperatures. Some of that may melt as cars drive over it, but then it'll freeze fairly quickly because of how cold it is. And so we think those slick spots will linger Monday night, perhaps into Tuesday. It may be some time before the roads become clear again, especially in areas that see the heavier snow. Here's what we're looking at as far as this travel impacts. The other thing I want to mention, east-west roads, Interstate 72, Interstate 74, Interstate 70, Route 9, US 136. You name those east-west roadways in central Illinois, those are the ones with a north wind that may drift a little bit. A powdery snow will blow a little bit more. So we could see some reduction in visibility as the snow falls, but we're more thinking that some of that snow will drift and blow, meaning the plows come through, start to fill back in. And we've seen that in Iroquois County. A lot of you up there said, hey, it's still having road problems from a week ago, if not more. So travel will be the biggest impact from that. Here's our snowfall forecast. We're fairly confident in where we're standing right now. A widespread 2 to 4 inches on the Interstate 72 and 74 corridor. And we think it will be a little bit less with some of that drifting and blowing, making it look or appear that there'll be some lesser amounts. Could we see a spot in here closer to 5 inches? That's on the table. If that happens, I think it would happen south of Interstate 72. But I'm pretty confident the Interstate 70 corridor getting 3 to 6 inches with a few spots of locally higher amounts. A couple of things to note about this. There will be some breaks and gaps in the snow. We're thinking some bursts come at different times. So this is Sunday, 6 o'clock through Tuesday morning, 6 a.m., the forecast window that we're providing. That's a 36-hour window. What that means is that Monday at 10 a.m., you're not allowed to email or call or text or whatever you do us here at the station and say, you busted the forecast, you missed it. This will happen slowly over time because it's a powdery snow and it's blowing around a little bit. But we think that by Tuesday, 6 a.m. on the ground, 2 to 4 inches, higher amounts a little to the south of 72 possible, 3 to 6 inches on the Interstate 70 corridor is what we expect here. We'll keep this forecast as is with the locally higher totals possible. It's possible that the Monday night, Tuesday morning round could overperform and add to those totals. If that happens, it seems like it'd be southeast of a line from Danville to Taylorville. And that may be where we see some of those higher amounts. I'm going to keep it here for now because I'm not sure how that second round will happen. But this, again, is a light, slow, steady snow here that's very powdery in nature. So there's impacts, even if it ends up being 3 to 5 and 4 to 8. Impacts are going to be the same regardless with things moving forth here. With those roads, they'll be dangerous, covered and coated, and even some drifting out there. And so we're calling those impacts medium to high across central Illinois. Don't really have any concern for power outages. Can't rule out somewhere getting some, but that is what we're looking at here as far as it goes. So that's what we're thinking. So again, I see a comment on there saying, hey, that's rude that you're saying you can't call in messages. The reason I'm saying that is because you have to give this a little time to play out. You can do what you want. I can't stop you. But the forecast goes all the way until Tuesday morning before we have to call it and say, hey, you got it wrong. I'm feeling pretty good with what the forecast is for right now as far as it goes. So impacts, again, medium to high. The higher impacts to the south here. We could see a few locally higher totals. Here's the first round coming on in. Sunday night into Monday, here we go. You see this area of low pressure passes on by. There may be some wraparound snow Monday night into Tuesday morning. A little uncertain with that. That's where our uncertainty is going to lie with some of those locally higher totals. It exits, though, by Tuesday morning. We may get some more snow showers into Wednesday night and Thursday, lingering into Friday morning as another area of low pressure passes by to the south. Keep that in mind. We'll worry about that later, but that could bring some more snow into areas that see snow here moving forth. Let's talk about the good news. That's the good news. Look at that. Finally, Temperatures will slowly climb each day. By Saturday in central Illinois, I've got a forecast high of 32 with a mostly sunny sky. Hooray, finally. I will say, though, all the way through Saturday morning, wind chill values near to below zero are expected. Each day, though, a little less worse than the one before. The general trend continues to support as we head into the last week of February. Look at this. This is our 8 to 14-day outlook from the Climate Prediction Center. It has the chance for above normal temperatures back on the board for us here. The average temperature high for this time period, February 21st to 27th, is about 41 degrees. So what this means is highs in the 40s. We think we may have a shot by the end of the month into early March to see highs in the low 50s in spots. Wouldn't that be nice? Slowly each day, things will improve over the next 10 to 14 days. We'll be finished here with this winter Arctic blast. Could it be the end of winter in general? Maybe. Won't want to say anything early because we've had big snows in late March and early April, but at least we're getting a nice taste of spring here as we head into the month of March. That is what we're looking at here for the forecast. Again, right now, there's a look at the Mattoon camera. I'm going to switch it to the Gibson City camera real quick before we check the questions. The reason being is because Gibson City has been showing a good example of what these roads look like in central Illinois. And that's been one of our issues here moving forth is seeing the snow on the road there. That's from a few days ago here. Doesn't have time to melt and freeze. So that's an issue for us here is where we'll see roads look like that. This is 19th Street in Gibson City. The snow will blow from north to south over it, cause some light drifting, but still slick spots. You'll get some black ice underneath and put some snow on top. Just a recipe for a messy travel, especially into Monday. Those north-south roads, though, still are an issue. Your interstates will probably be the last to fall and the first to be cleaned up. Your side streets, your less traveled roads, that's where we'll see the highest concerns, especially in country, out in the rural areas of parts of central Illinois. That's what I got. That's what we have. Again, if you missed us, right now it's 8:30. We spent about 10 minutes talking about the weather. We're going to answer questions and comments that we have now. If you're coming in and out, this video will still be active into the afternoon and perhaps the evening. We'll do another digital update at 8 o'clock tonight. We'll be live at 5:30, pending how golf plays out. Then we'll be live at 9 and 10 tonight with updates too. So that's what we're looking at here moving forward. So again, travel concerns be the biggest problem. It doesn't take a lot of snow with this cold temperatures to cause issues. 2 to 4 inches, our main area of what we're seeing. 3 to 6 inches down by I-70. It's possible we could see a little more, but impacts will be the same regardless with those road conditions. All right. Here's what we got. We're going to check through those questions and make sure we are answering them. Coming to tell us it won't be so cold, I hope. By the weekend, we start getting more mild. Next week looks great. You have to wait about 5 to 7 days here before all is said and done. Happy Valentine's Day. I'm sure none of you love me with this weather forecast, right? Richard asking, do you think it will be the last cold snap of the season? It's entirely possible. Will it be the last Arctic blast? I'm inclined to say yes, but still a cold snap, teens and 20s is on the table. I mean, we've had snow in central Illinois. I remember back in 2013, it was the Monday after spring break for the University of Illinois. We dumped 12 to 18 inches in central Illinois. I'm never going to say winter is over, but at least I can say there's a time period where we'll see some spring weather. So that's the news for us, or that's what we're expecting. Light pillars. If you missed it, we talked about light pillars. We posted it on social media. We saw them in central Illinois. Some people said they saw them in Kansas on our post and whatnot across the area. A cool phenomena. I've got a story on the website on that. And, of course, you can check the Facebook page for that here as far as it goes. Cindy is saying, yeah, those light pillars were all over the area. That picture, first one was from Rantoul. Christy saying, open your cabinet doors where you have pipes. I did that last week. I'm doing it again this week just to make sure nothing happens. John, a good reminder. If anybody has any animals out, get them inside. A great message, a great thing to remember. Pets like dogs, cats, they need to come inside during this cold weather. What I will say is that if you're worried about like livestock and cattle, it is rough on them, but I've got an agriculture background. What happens is those cattle, you'll see them standing out there. They may have some snow on them. That allows a little bit more warmer air to trap near the surface. Kind of acts as a bit of a blanket. They'll still huddled together, and they're still feeling the cold. It's not nearly as bad for them, though. Our livestock have put on winter coats. We know our farmers are taking great care of the animals in central Illinois. They're doing what they need to give them extra food, make sure they've got access to water, giving them a chance to have some shelter. But if you see cattle out in the field, they're not all that concerned about this weather like you and I are. They got fur. They might have a layer of fat underneath their skin to keep them warm. We as humans, you got to layer up. It just doesn't work as well for us. Do you need a snow update every 5 minutes? Well, here's the deal. We will put content out and let people get it. Not everyone gets the same content all the time. So it's a way for us to make sure we reach as many people as possible. If you're getting more updates, I'm sorry. We're not here to hype it. We're just here to give information as far as it goes and keep it up. So if you're thinking we're hyping this, that's not the intent. The intent is to reach as many people as possible, keep folks updated on our digital platforms, on TV and whatnot with the chance for snow. We got snow already. We've had it. We can deal with it. But each snow event is different with the impacts, and that's why we'll take care of things here moving forth. Lolo saying Monday roads will be slick. Yes, they will. I think they will be, especially those east-west roadways with some drifting snow as far as it goes here. The higher snow totals will be to the south and east. We will see a bit of an increase in snow ratios with north and west extent. I don't think that it will be enough to give higher totals towards the Illinois River, but we'll watch it and keep you updated. Just know regardless, impacts will be the same across the board with those slick roads the primary concern. Kay saying, by looking at radar, the storm keeps creeping more north. Yes, that's what we've been noticing, and we still think we'll be on target for that snow of 2 to 4 with 3 to 6 inches to the south. It's a light powdery snow that will blow around. Area-wide, still thinking those impacts will be the same. 136, Christy giving us an update. Route 1 in Potomac had issues with drifting snow. Lots of folks are saying that. We're just kidding. You know, we get folks that are like, hey, you busted the forecast. And I guarantee I'll probably get a message by the end of today, like 6, 7 o'clock tonight saying, still don't have any snow yet. The idea is that we're running this, you to think that this is a slow burn, not a quick burst in 3 hours getting 2 to 4 inches. Over a 36-hour period, we'll get 2 to 4 inches with locally higher amounts, 3 to 6 to the south. That's why I stress that. Just a little fun more than anything. But that's what we got. Got a viewer from Mississippi checking and watching in Guntown, Mississippi, north of Tupelo. You left your cold down there when you visited. Please come and get it. Boy, the south is cold too as far as it goes. Keeping the comments. I saw a comment, where am I from? I'm actually from Gibson City. This is my home. Lived here for the first 22 years of my life. Spent some time in Mississippi, then in Oklahoma, and then I'm back here home. So it's great to be back in the Gibson City area. I'm a little nerdy. You got it. That's right. We have a little fun here, of course. We just know that the social meteorologist, the Facebook trolls will love to just comment. So I spit back a little bit. It's for fun. Gives me joy. Keeps me going. Thanks for all you do, Karen says. We appreciate that. Christy saying her birthday is February 25th. Happy with warmer temperatures. Mine's the 24th. So this is my birthday gift, too. Looking forward to that. Light at the end of the tunnel as far as it goes. Roads are clear and free in Tilton. They're always on it. They usually are, but during this event, we'll see things deteriorate a little bit, so that's what we expect. Uh, 1 p.m. tomorrow. Here's what I'll say, Christy. If it's down the street, I think you'll be fine driving in town. It's going to be slick when the snow falls, so there will be slick spots. But just take care and be aware. The problem with these types of snow events, when it's powdery and blowing, especially in those rural areas, if you're traveling, from Gibson City to Mahomet, or you're traveling from Hayworth to Rantoul. You get the idea, longer duration, especially on those country roads. There's not enough plows to keep up with that blowing and drifting snow. And then normally when we see snow, it's around 25 to 32 degrees. Well, we're sitting with temperatures in the single digits as it's snowing. I don't care how much salt you put down. I don't care how much chemical treatment you put down. The snow will be too cold to really take care of things. We saw that in our Gibson City sky cam right now. I'll tell you what, being in Gibson City, they do a darn good job up there trying to keep those roads clear, but it just freezes on contact. It's hard to get rid of. You really need some milder weather to take care of things. So we expect that there will be many rural roads and city streets that will have issues. And so usually they'll focus on their main routes. If you've got snow routes in your hometown, if you've got major highways, here in Champaign, Neal, Prospect, Cunningham, Bradley, Springfield, University, Green Street, those major roads, they're going to work on a whole lot more than Pin Oak Drive or Buckeye Street or whatever the case is, if you get the idea of what we're saying here. You'll probably be okay driving. Just take it slow. We're more concerned that the roads will be slick. We don't think you have to stay home necessarily, but we want people to be aware of what's going on. Apparently the power is out in Paris. Can anyone else confirm that? I saw another comment, and we're going to look into that. I'll pass that on to news here. Atwood lost power yesterday. If the power is back on, let us know that too. Right? Good grief. 32, I'll be wearing shorts and a t-shirt outside. Time to go sledding. If you do go sledding, remember the wind chill values are below 0. Bundle up. Let's see. Some of you sticking around, 200 of you, so we appreciate that. We're having fun. Can you explain black ice, please? Yes, Brian. We say black ice a lot. It's usually very common in central Illinois. Still, there's people that like to learn about it and people watching from all over that don't know what it is. What we expect is black ice, what we look for is if you have moisture on the road and you have temperatures that are cold, the colder, the easier it is for form. We'll get some snow down, and it will be all snow, but it will be powdery in nature. In this particular event, as cars drive over it, you put pressure on that snow, it'll melt ever so slightly, but the temperatures are so cold where it will freeze again. So what will be likely is in this event, you'll see snow and ice on the roads. Not always do you do those. Sometimes in freezing drizzle and freezing rain, Mississippi in particular, speaking for you, as the ice event expected tonight into tomorrow, you'll get freezing rain and freezing drizzle. It falls as rain, and it doesn't look like there's any ice in the roads, but it freezes on contact sitting on the road. When you have just a freezing rain and freezing drizzle event, that's the most dangerous. Think back to the Fort Worth pileup in the news where 6 died, 130 vehicles smashed into each other. That was a freezing rain black ice event. Our roads here still have ice in them, but it's a little more visible. It may not always be, though. With temperatures so cold, black ice will still be a concern for us here in central Illinois. Who wants a snowball fight? Come on, Kay. I'll tell you what, though. This actually is not going to be an event where you get good snow. You're not going to be able to pack it into snowballs or snowmen or whatever. It'll blow around. It's very light and powdery. You pick it up and it just crumbles in your hand. You really want that heavy, wet snow for snowballs, snowball fights, and whatnot. But come on. Come throw some at me. I'll be ready. I'll be waiting. Got another birthday on the 24th. Jess, you and I sharing birthdays, birthday buddies. Elizabeth has mentioned Sidell to Danville tomorrow morning. I know you'll probably be heading up the blacktop there to Fairmount, then cutting east to Catlin. Your worst road will probably end up being the stretch from Fairmount to Catlin and then into Danville. It's more of an east-west route there, the Homer-Catlin blacktop. Your north-south roads still will have some issues, so you take the curve past the Jamaica High School there in the north, right before you get to the quarry. That will probably be more slick than the north-south, but we still expect all the roads to have some issues. We're more concerned about those east-west roads. Checking these last comments, make sure. Checking in Alabama, Shelby County, that's Birmingham area. It's possible. It's an ice event down in Mississippi and Alabama. That's going to put the power out a whole lot faster than snow will. But that's what we're expecting here. Okay, we're going to wrap this thing up here. I'm going to go, yeah, if Jack or Kevin come in, I'll have them. I'll have a snowball with their name on it. Robin asking about MDOT, Mississippi Department of Transportation. They'll do what they can. The problem with freezing rain events like in Mississippi and Alabama is that the rain will wash that away. And so it's going to be slick, and we're going to continue to see that freezing drizzle over an extended period of time. Mississippi and Alabama, folks down there, of course, you're checking your local media. Those roads are going to be nasty for my friends that are living down there. Okay, an update on the power in Paris. Southwest side has no power, but not the whole town. That's good to know. We will check into that. Yeah, Catlin-Tilton Road does too. I've taken that before to get over to one of my favorite places, Mike's Chill and Mike's Grill over on Route 1 south of Danville. That's a good place to eat. All right, there we are. That's all we got. We'll be ready for you, trolls, but we're going to have some fun today and keep things updated. Today is just fine. If you're taking your sweetheart out, you still can go out just fine. It's tonight, especially into tomorrow, where we think those roads will get slicker and slicker. And we'll talk more about those impacts. Every night at Sunday night, we do an 8 o'clock update. We'll do that again tonight, as usual. We just jumped on early this morning to talk about things. We'll be on at 5:30, 9, and 10 on TV. You can join me there. I've got updates on the WCIA3 weather app and on WCIA.com. Take care. Have a great rest of your day. We will see you coming up tonight at 5:30.